Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journaling video. Today I'm working in this large Dylusions journal and this is a page that's already been gessoed. And then I'm just adding some collage paper onto the background. This is from one of Dina Wakley's more recent releases. I think it's from the pack called Elements, I think. Sorry, I'm not certain about that. So what I'm doing is I'm mostly adding some collage onto the left-hand side of this double spread because I'm going to be using a magazine image on the right hand side. So once that was all dry, I then just used a little bit of gesso just to push it away a little bit because I knew there was going to be some writing going on this page and I didn't want the background to be too busy. So didn't want it to be fighting with the writing that was going to be on there, if that makes sense. Then I decided I would just use a pencil and just do a bit of mark making on the background. And then I used some night paint from Dina Wakley and I just watered it down a little bit, and you can see there were some places where some of the gesso was still a bit wet and it kind of blended together. Then I rolled it with the kitchen roll and you can see it left a really nice pattern. Next I'm using that lined circle stencil from Dina Wakley and just removing some of the paint with a baby wipe. So this is the colour Mineral. It's one of my favourite colours, I really love it. Works really well with so many colours. I'm just adding some of this colour onto the background too, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the same stencil, just removing some of the paint through, using a baby wipe just to add some pattern onto the background. Then I'm using this circle stencil from Dina Wakley and this greyish blue colour paint from Amsterdam Acrylic. I'm just adding some circles onto the background just to give some solid areas of colour really. And I'm using a blending tool to do this. And I am putting the paint on quite thick. This is the Mantra stencil, also from Dina Wakley, and I'm just using this dark grey paint from Amsterdam Acrylic and just adding a little bit of text onto that page also. So next I'm sticking in this magazine image. It's just one that I found that I just felt was really perfect for the page that I was doing today. So art journaling for me really is about a mixture of things, and a lot of the times I journal about life experiences and things that have happened, things that upset me, things that worry me, and it really is good for mental health. It's a good way of almost releasing things and letting go. So, and that's what this page was about. So this is a page that is inspired by something that has happened in my family's life when me and my brother, we were growing up, and when we'd been really let down as a family by people. And it's something that as a family we've all really struggled with since, and I found this quote and it really spoke to me, and I just thought I've got to use this. And you know, sometimes life experiences enrich you and they make you stronger, and sometimes they make you think differently about things, don't they? And sometimes I don't know, you just make you see the world in a different way. So, and this is one of those. I think the experience that we had has meant that I try to be there for people when they need me. Don't always get it right, but I do try, and I think, you know, that's all we can do. Sometimes just to be a listening ear, or someone to give a hug, of course, when we're allowed to. We haven't been allowed to with COVID, but you know, I think just to let people know that you're there no matter what they're going through. Even if you don't really know what to say, I still think it's important to let them know that you care enough to be there for them. So for me, art journaling is very, very important. It's a really important part of my life, and it's something that really helps me to cope with some of the things that happen. And sometimes it's just simple things that happen. It's not always earth-shatteringly life-changing events that happen that I journal about. Sometimes it's really simple things, but there are those things that are really life-changing that I don't know, you can't get out of your head, and this is, for me, is such a great way to get it onto the page. And I guess, you know, unless you had listened to this video where I've talked a little bit about it, you wouldn't necessarily know that that was what this page was about, but it is. So, you know, if it's not something you've tried before, then I would say give art journaling a go, because it really is a fantastic way of keeping your mind well. So I'm just, after I've written the text in Posca pen, I'm then using a white gel pen and I'm just going over the lettering. It just pushes it away into the background. And really that's the finished page. That is it. So thank you for listening to me waffle on about this art journal page. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll catch you again soon.